to DC Vigilante. I just want to draw your, before I draw your attention to these videos, is there's all this talk just now about a soft reboot and how things are said like, is Wonder Woman 84 going to be the way of a soft reboot? They said it's not a sequel, it's something different, and once you find that out, so people are claiming, well, are they just sort of redoing Wonder Woman 1 and instead of being in the war, is it just set in the 80s? Because if that was the case, the Joker movie is also set in the 80s. Batman's meant to be set in the 90s. He's a wee boy in the Joker movie, so it all kind of rolls into one. So it's getting you sort of accustomed to these new faces going into the roles. So, and with the Supergirl movie coming out, is that were they too scared to tell us that they're going to bring in a new Superman of Henry Cavill? Are they going to make a Supergirl movie that will introduce the new Superman? And if that's the case, then why do we have Jason Momoa as Aquaman in a couple of movies, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman? Will they ever get together and make another Justice League? For me, my major problem is, why bother? If you're going to reboot something, for me, you don't need to get new actors or actresses in. I think we're all brainy enough to know that we're stepping into a different universe, or we're stepping into a new way of telling the stories. And even though that the actor is the same in that movie, he's different from, say, the Zack Snyder universe. And so slowly our people that we had in the Snyderverse are slowly dwindling, and it's sad that the fact that we've only got really Man of Steel or BVS to really, and let's face it, BVS Ultimate Edition is definitely the best superhero movie ever because of its uniqueness and stuff. And to be honest, if I had to choose being a Batman and Superman fan, I'd rather have that movie rather than something else. Or as I would say, someone else. But no, it'd be weird to have like the same actors, Jason Momoa and Gal Gadot, then a new Batman and a new Superman, and I'm thinking, we get the Ben Affleck, he wants to go, right? He wants to go. He's an older Batman. Superman's ageless, so he can pass. Wonder Woman's ageless. They live longer and stuff. But if somebody who's put a lot of effort into reshaping their body, they should, the studio should sit back and say, listen, we've got this great guy playing him. We may be doing a reboot, but I don't see any point of changing the actor. That's the way I see it. So I don't know what you think. That's me. It's just uncertain times, and so this is a YouTube channel, right? YouTube channel DC Vigilante, but also on the home page of DC Vigilante, you will have like videos, Man of Steel fan recollection, Queen and Let's Feel Good. So this is the Man of Steel fan recollection. And so you've got everything great about Suicide Squad by Cinema Wins, Batman versus BVS haters, Batman versus Superman parallels and accuracy. You even have John Campier defending the Martha scene in Batman v Superman, in death response to the critics stuff. Why is Stu Miller's lightning blue? You might be a hypocrite. Maybe hated BVS. Even some of my videos. Superman. Yes, that is me done up. My talk with Kevin Smith. My homemade movies. Sadly, no, not porn. Switch my laptop. So you've got illusions and symbolisms of BVS. Symmetry, perception. And not just that, not just DC related, there's Star Wars in there as well, and stuff about the DCs. Top 5 reasons why the DCEU will not die. You know, then of course there's my passion of DVDs. My favourite scene from Titans, Starfire, Matt Reeves, Rotten Tomatoes, all manners of stuff, you know, and religious stuff and whatnot. So if you like me, then check out the like videos, and I will play one just now, which, if you know me, I started off in Facebook, and I created a page called Man Steel Fan Gives Hope, and it was just roughly after BVS, and I uploaded this one video to the page, and the page grew fast. It went ballistic overnight, and I believe it was down to this one girl here. And she was so thankful, because I think I drew a lot of attention to her YouTube channel. She got a hold of me again and wanted me to put another review onto the page. She was actually giving us permission. And as I say, I'm not a YouTuber, and I'm grateful to those people out there that may have spotted that I've used their YouTube videos on mine. But again, that's more notice to you guys. So I used this girl and I uploaded the video, and I don't believe she's seen the Ultimate Edition. This was just her reaction to BVS cinema release. I'll let you have a listen.
Of negative criticism surrounding Batman vs. Superman, I wanted to take the opportunity to say something that I feel needs to be said. Now, I have been a lifelong fan of DC Comics, so to say that I was excited for this movie is certainly an understatement. But despite my love, I'm not blind. I know Batman vs. Superman had some problems. As a fan, I find that I tend to be more critical than people who have never read the comics. But right now, I don't want to talk about the few problems that I did have with the movie. And I'm not even going to go into spoilers, because that's the only thing I see every time I read or watch a review. Instead, I want to thank Batman vs. Superman for everything that it is and everything it chose not to be. First and foremost, this film is dark and it's heavy. I saw a lot of critic reviews pointing this out as a negative thing, and some even went as far to implore audiences to just stay home and wait for the next Marvel movie. Obviously, Batman vs. Superman isn't a Marvel movie, but what's more important is that it doesn't try to be. It doesn't adhere to the same formulaic pacing and plot lines that we've grown so accustomed to in the MCU. But it could have been. It could have been another procedural film that prioritized action and simplicity over depth and characterization. It could have followed the easy path of cheap thrills and walked away with a popular but somewhat vapid blockbuster. But instead, it chose to take a hard look at themes of good and evil, and power and corruption. This movie is truly fantastic and exciting, and most of its fight sequences are absolutely awesome. But at its core, it's not a fun action movie. It's a drama that doesn't leave room for passive watching. It demands audience attention, and it doesn't apologize for it. The themes in this movie are not something that you can leave a theater shaking your head to and going, wow, friendship really is the key to beating the bad guy. They, like the rest of this movie, are weighty and complicated. Superman's theme asks the question, can a good man continue to be good and do good things, even if he knows that one mistake means the whole world turns against him. Batman's theme asks the question, if it's truly enough to simply put a check on power, or if power has to be completely destroyed to ensure safety. Luther's theme is probably the hardest to swallow by asking the question that, if no one, including God, can be all good, isn't it better to wield the power yourself? And the themes in this movie aren't the only thing that are this complicated and grand. The characters are the same way. They're not simple or one-dimensional. They're not even always right or always good. Henry Cavill's Superman isn't the happy, hopeful Superman that we know. This Superman is full of humanity, but he's teeming with pain. I love Ben Affleck's portrayal of Batman, but he's not necessarily the Cape Crusader that we've grown so accustomed to, especially with Christopher Nolan's interpretation. This Batman revels in his own pain, and I think he takes some measure of pleasure in breaking people. So, to wrap this up, I guess this is my message to Batman vs. Superman, or anyone that's still not sure if they want to go see the film. Thank you, Batman vs. Superman. Thank you for not following the path of every Marvel movie that came before you. Thank you for changing my view and raising my expectations about what a comic book movie can be. Thank you for doing the hard thing rather than just the easy thing. Thank you for making a movie that is unapologetic in its seriousness. And mostly, thank you for showing me these characters at their lowest point and letting me watch them rise out of their individual darkness together.
So, I mean, I definitely want to marry her. If I was a few years younger, I'd be like, wow, I totally loved her words, loved her ideology about the film. I love this. You know, this is just brilliant. Taking all the haters of Dceu and but listen, if you want to see stuff like that, just check out my list on my YouTube channel. And thank you very much, Nerd Nest. That's where you can see this girl, Nerd Nest. That wee clip you saw was the guy with Shogun, but it's all there on the channel. And hearing these voices means, you know, we are not alone. Well, this has been DC Vigilante. This has been my truth. This has been her truth. Hopefully your truth. I'll catch you later.